Hi, I'm Kevin Crosley, and this is Executives in Golf Carts Having Fun. As president and CEO of Arc Herkimer, I take big swings for the organization, and one of those big swings was our acquisition of the MV Golf and Event Center. 175 acres of pristine property, 18 holes of golf, restaurant, bar, and an event tent overlooking the beautiful Mohawk Valley. Jennifer, Keida, welcome to the MV Golf and Event Center on this lovely spring day.
I know. Are you going to turn the temperature up?
Parkas. Let's load you up. Jennifer is the president and CEO of Standard Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. And obviously, a lot of people in the Mohawk Valley know you from your amazing advertising campaign that you are on TV every day, all day long, it seems.
Seems that way.
Seems that way, but obviously very effective, and we're going to talk about your company as we make a few putts here on the practice greens.
From what I have heard is that over the years, it was lost in a poker game, got picked up by one of the employees at one point, shrunk down to a really small company, and eventually landed in a gentleman's name, Henry Collins, and Henry is who my father worked for.
Okay.
And so it was a real small company at that point. But in 1980, my parents bought Standard, which at the time was one truck in the name. And then 4 daughters came along.
Yeah.
So there was 4 of us.
Okay.
So I think it became this whole balance of something that was going to take care of the family, and both of my parents worked in it.
Okay.
And so there was a lot of aspirations to do things differently, and that's where spray foam came in.
Okay.
My parents introduced spray foam to our market. I joined 25 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you got a silver anniversary.
I do. In December, It'll be 25 years. Yeah. 6 weeks after I signed the deal, COVID hit. But what ended up happening is that we all went home, which meant we were more worried about if home was comfortable or not. And the COVID actually brought my team together a lot. You know,
I would guess.
It was a bonding.
Kind of a bonding.
It was definitely a bonding time for us.
I think there's a few companies that felt that way.
Yeah, we had just had that transfer from my parents, so we were all kind of not knowing what the future was going to look like, and so it kind of brought us together. And we put a lot of effort into making sure that we stayed connected.
You know, you being in a completely and totally male-dominated field.
Yes, I'm going to correct you on that. Male-saturated.
Male what?
Saturated.
Saturated?
That's what I'm trying to help.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
Because they don't dominate.
Right.
Just
no, you dominate.
So exactly.
I mean, that's the thing.
I had a mentor for a very long time, Jeff Schaefer.
Okay.
And there was a moment in my career in the very beginning when I thought I had to conform. So I cut my hair short, put on work boots, and tried to conform.
You've changed.
I've changed. He's the one who really helped me see, you have an advantage when you're in the room of 50 people. Being a woman, they're going to remember you out of everybody. So how do you stand out? And he also helped me recognize that it was okay to still be feminine and be a woman in this industry. So wearing dresses, putting heels on, doing those kinds of things, which seemed in the beginning very awkward.
I'm sure. You know, I know you've been involved with Sleep and Heavenly Peace.
Yes, that's this year's big initiative.
So tell us about that.
I started recognizing the value of giving back and the community involvement and how bringing people together, the value of that. My voice, being able to do that for people because they knew who I was.
Yeah.
And then as the company got larger, I wanted to hear what was important to a lot of other people too, and how we could connect what our mission as a company was to some organizations in the area that maybe didn't have as much of a voice. And so my vice president of marketing, Aaron Bushinger, brought this to me, and I had never heard of it, which as I look back now, I think, why had I not encountered them?
Yeah.
And the programs that we work with the state of New York are often low-income homes. So So we work with a lot of low-income families, and we like to connect them with other opportunities that can benefit them.
Okay.
And so this was just such a great synergy for them. And then I met the executive directors and the people involved in day-to-day volunteering, and they just aligned so much with like the same kind of compassion and heart that we have. And my team resonated with them. So when we did our first team build, that I immediately just decided to do an entire year.
One of the things that just happened recently, which was like incredibly successful, was the leadership. How did you guys pronounce that? Did you pronounce it? Leadership?
Yeah.
And I think that may have been your brainchild, and then you worked obviously with Carrie and Morgan, and that was amazingly successful.
Yeah, those two young ladies are phenomenal at what they do. Business women, community collaborators, all of those things, and I knew they were the right people to do it. So we did bring a couple other women involved in it. We met a number of times. I had a vision, but they blew that vision out of the water.
Really?
Out of the water. And I don't think they even anticipated, I didn't,
the kind of
response that was going to happen from it. And then the response afterwards, during the event, after the event, it just showcases, number one, the value of bringing women together, but two, the need in this area.
Well, we had a number of our women attend, and they couldn't say enough. I mean, and you had like 330 women there, right? And you were weren't you turning people away?
There were 100 people on a waiting list outside of that, too. It sold out in 6 days.
No kidding.
6 days. And so it stimulated a lot of people in ways that I wasn't expecting, too.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of happy ladies coming out of that thing. I know that, because I know the response from the group that we had go was just over the top.
Yeah.
Jennifer, I can't thank you enough for coming today, and I'm sorry about the weather. I did not predict that it would be 50 and windy, and it wasn't raining.
It wasn't raining.
We survived that part of it. But you were a trooper, and so I can understand why all the folks that work for Standard are very excited about you, because very few people would have gone out and played golf on a day like today. So thanks so much for coming. It's been great having you.
No, it's been great. I appreciate the time and even thinking about Standard, so thank you.
Absolutely.